In this video, I will cover how you can customize your website in WordPress using color and all kinds of different customizable components that I have built into Utopia Planitia theme. This theme is built for flexibility for you to have as much control as possible. And what we're looking at in a moment may still be in progress because I am still refining the WordPress theme. But this is how you can customize and change those colors. Let's dig in. So I'm here in the dashboard in my development site, and let's see, let's go to pages and pull up a page. I'm going to say pull up the default page. I think that's got some stuff on it. Okay, some of this is pretty default stuff, and I have some items for testing. So what if I want to update this page and really get like different background colors and all that across my site? I'll show you how to do that. So I've got the page open in the front end, and in the back end, I'm going to go to Appearance. And I'm also going to go to Editor. So the site editor is where you can change colors and styles across your website using the different components that WordPress provides. Styles is the one you're going to use most. Typography will allow you to change type across the website. You can add Google fonts to your website and update your website with Google fonts using some of these settings. If you click on fonts, and I just did the control, there are some typefaces that are available, but you can do upload if you want to upload typefaces, or install fonts. This is adding Google fonts. All of these are under styles, typography, and then you can select typefaces or upload your own or install fonts. Adobe fonts do not natively work with WordPress. However, Utopia Planitia theme does have a function where you can add Adobe fonts. Just to go over that briefly, and this is unique to Utopia Planitia and what I've developed. I'm going to back out of this. You go under Portfolio Settings and Typography. You can enable Adobe fonts. Follow the Adobe fonts steps that are on this page, as well as with Adobe fonts, to create a project and customize those typefaces. But if you use Adobe fonts and you have a Creative Cloud subscription, you can add those fonts here. Okay, so heading back over to Appearance Editor, I'm going to leave those settings alone. Under Styles, you'll see a few options if we go under Colors. So this can be a bit confusing, and I don't love how WordPress does this. There's an Elements section. Just ignore those. Those are reference items that are not actually going to update your website. Again, I'm not a big fan of how WordPress lists these, and they seem like they're changeable, but they're not going to do anything. You should go to Palette. So here in Palette, you'll see a variety of colors in the palette that are already preset. These are ones that I've set for Utopia Planitia, but I want you to update them to make your site unique. To see what they really are, click on the three dots and go to Show Details. This is terrible UX to hide all this under three-dot hamburger menu, but that's just the way WordPress is set. So if you select those three dots, now you have a lot of color options. You can change your site background color. Notice after you change that, you're going to have to select Review and Save. I've got a tab open for the front of my website. If I refresh, now the back end or the background of my website has changed. I can change the text color. Ooh, that made a transparent color. I'm not a big fan of that one. Okay, so I do not want transparency, but I do want, let's see, some kind of really bright green color. Sure. Wow, that's awesome. I'll do a purple. Cool. I can review that and save it. You can do multiple changes at once. I'm just showing one at a time. And you can change the primary brand styling. So this is your brand color and your secondary brand color. Floating surfaces are for cards and other floating things. Neutral are for any kind of surfaces and borders and plain stuff. Branded band is actually the footer or any bands or stripes on the site that change color specifically for your brand. If I go to the bottom, now it's that red. You can change your button colors across the whole website to whatever color you want. So there's a wide range of options here that will give your page, your website, a new look and feel. I don't think I have a button on this. Oh yeah, I do. There it is. So now button has its own look and feel. So use these colors to customize your entire website everywhere. If you want to wipe these out and just return them to the defaults, you can always just do reset colors and save, and your site will go back to the simple color palette that is default for Utopia Planitia. So another option under styles are backgrounds. So you can add a background image to your entire website. You can add shadows and control some shadows. And you can also do some layout options. Probably don't need to use these. The theme already has them built in, but they are there. Notice here is blocks, and blocks is a really helpful tool. So in WordPress, blocks are things like a paragraph block or a heading block. So these are blocks that work across the entire website. Here in the blocks view under styles, you can actually change all of the paragraphs for the entire site in one spot. So this will apply to every single paragraph. So that means I can just change text to a color. I can do the background to another color. And notice it's changing my paragraphs, like every single paragraph block. I can do my font size as like super small or super big. I can add padding. I can change the case. And once I change that setting, every paragraph is going to get that new setting. So this may or may not be ideal. So you probably don't want to change every paragraph setting everywhere, but if you want that kind of control, these blocks, block controls are all there for you. Change that back, font size, do that to default. Actually, just reset all. So set it all back. So you can change paragraph, you can do the drop quotes, pull quotes, you can do headers, headings, so you can change all those headings. All of these allow you to change every block. Again, if any kind you see in a block that's a column or a paragraph, it's going to change all of them. So that may be useful in some cases and maybe not, but the options are there. And I've been working to develop Utopia Planitia to offer this level of control. And learning how to do that has taken me a lot of time, but it gives you a lot of control there in styles. So those are blocks down at the bottom to control all the blocks. Typography, colors, these are changes across the entire website. Again, using the show details is the best way to work. So that's a quick look at how to do styling in WordPress with colors, changing typefaces, and updating your site to get that really interesting control across the entire website. There's another video I did a moment ago where we were creating just blocks and changing just the type per block. That's an option too. So in WordPress, you can change everything for the entire website. You can also change one block at a time. Gives you a lot of control. So in another video in a moment, we'll dig into users and the users section of the website and how to customize that to add social media and other links and information about you as a user that will be helpful for your website.